Hey guys, and welcome to the School Station. Today's video we're going to be talking about how to find the HCF and LCM of two numbers. This is from Edexcel GCSE Maths 9 to 1, and we're going to be showing you guys how to find the HCF and LCM. So let's just get right into the video. So first of all, we actually have to understand there are two methods of finding the HCF and LCM. Method one is to actually create lists of numbers, and this is recommended for smaller numbers. Like for example, it's going to be easier, using this method, it's going to be easier to find the HCF and LCM of 18 and 24, but it's not going to be that easy to find the HCF and LCM of 525 and 486. Therefore, if you get really big numbers, you're going to have to use method two, which is you have to use splitting and a Venn diagram. So since these methods are a bit long, this is why I'm going to actually show you guys only one method today. So in this video, I'm only going to be showing you guys method one, creating lists of numbers. And in the next video, I will hopefully make a method two, which is using splitting and a Venn diagram. So now that we know about the two different methods, now let's just get right into what really is HCF and LCM. So HCF actually stands for highest common factor. So, it's all about the factors, and between those two numbers, the highest common factor is the HCF. LCM actually stands for the lowest common multiple. So again, the two different numbers have different multiples, but the lowest common multiple is LCM. So now that we've clarified what is HCF and LCM, we want to really get on to the step-by-step method about how to find the HCF of two numbers. The first thing you'll have to do is to make a list of the factors for the first number. Do not worry, there will be examples later on, so if you don't understand from the step-by-step method, I will be showing you guys some examples, but for now we know that number one, we have to make a list of the factors for the first number. So what you do is you have a number. Like for example, if you're asked to find the factors for 18 and 24, you have to make a list of the factors for 18, and then you have to make a list of the factors for the second number, which let's say is 24. So after you made the factors for 18 and 24 and you've created lists, the third thing you have to do is to find the common factors from both lists. So again, what you have to do is you have to basically, what I like to do is actually just circle the common factors between both lists. So for example, if you find a 2 in the first list and a 2 in the second list, and I basically circle them both, and you basically keep doing that until you find all the common factors from both lists. And number 4, you actually know that after you've circled all the numbers, you just see which is the largest number that is common in both lists, and that's going to be your HCF. So now that we know the step-by-step method for the HCF, now let's just see the step-by-step method for the LCM. So again, it's kind of the same principle. The first thing you have to do is make a list of the multiples for the first number. So I like to put about 5 multiples, the first 5 multiples. But again, if you still don't find a common multiple, then you have to keep adding multiples until you find a common multiple. So I make a list of the multiples for the first number, and then I make a list of the multiples for the second number. And then after you have these two lists, again, you want to spot common multiples. And really, when you just find a multiple, you know that is going to be your LCM, because the smallest number is the LCM. So if you have let's say if you have if you want to find the LCM of 8 and 4, and then we do 4, the first 5 multiples of 4 is 4, 8, 16, 20, like that, and then 4, 8, 16, 20, 24, and then we also have the other one, which is 8, and we have 8, 16, 24, 32, 40, then we already know that 8 is going to be the lowest common multiple, and that's going to be the smallest number, so therefore you already know your answer is going to be 8. So that's basically the principle that we're following over here. We actually have to just know the smallest number is the LCM. So I hope this has I hope you guys have understood so far, but if not, do not worry, because now we're going to be going on to the example. So over here, I actually have an example, and this is actually to find the HCF and LCM of 18 and 24. So over here, I like to basically, if they ask you in an exam question to find both of them at the same time, it's really easy to just get overwhelmed. So what I like to do is like to separate it into two sections, because you want to keep really organized and you're working out during the exam. So in one section, I do the HCF, and in the other section I do the LCM. So I start off with the HCF, and what I like to do is I like to basically create a list. So I created the factors for 18, as you guys can see, 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, and 18. And then I create a list for 24, like the factors. So over here it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, 24. And then we want to go on, and you can basically circle the numbers, or you can just write a separate list of the common factors, which are basically the numbers you see in both lists. So common factors are 1, 2, 3, and 6. And then after you've seen the common factors, you just have to see which is the biggest number. And obviously between 1, 2, 3, and 6, 6 is the biggest number. So therefore, your HCF is going to be 6. So now that you know your HCF, we now go to the LCM. And the LCM, again, you make two different lists. So I like to write down the first 5 multiples of 18 and the first 5 multiples of 24. And then again, you want to just compare. And the time when you first completely just reach a multiple, like when you are just able to circle one multiple, you don't really have to do anything else. You just know that that's a common multiple. You don't have to carry on making more multiples or anything. As soon as you get one common multiple between both lists, you know that's your LCM, because that's the smallest number that there is going to be. So your LCM is going to be 72 in this example. So my answers for the HCF and LCM of 18 and 24 is HCF is 6 and LCM is 72. So that's my answer over there. And now that I hope that this has actually helped you so far, but now I'm going to be showing you guys actually, I want to actually test if you can actually do some problems, because I'm pretty sure that maths is all about practicing. So I want you to go on and try to find the HCF and LCM of 12 and 32. Remember to create the list of for both 12 and 32, and then you want to basically find what are the common numbers between both lists, and then you want to see the HCF and LCM. So pause this video and try to find the HCF and LCM of 12 and 32. Alright guys, so here is the answer. So I hope you guys have tried, but this is the HCF and LCM of 12 and 32. Again, what I did was I separated my working out into two sections. First, I found out the HCF and I made two lists of 12 and 32. I circled, or I just wrote a list of the common factors, and as you guys can see, between the HCF, the common factors were 1, 2, and 4, and the largest number was 4, so therefore my HCF was 4. And for the LCM, we actually again created two lists of 12 and 32, and over here I had to actually keep carrying on. The first 5 multiples weren't enough for 12, so I had to keep carrying on until I found 96 were both in the 12 list and the 32 list. So therefore I knew that 96 was the common multiple, and that was my LCM. So overall together I just got HCF is 4 and LCM is 96. So I hope that this video has actually helped you, and just to go and show you guys an overview of what we have learned in this video. We learned what HCF stands for, which is obviously highest common factor. We also now know what LCM stands for, which is lowest common multiple, and we also know how to find the HCF and LCM of two numbers. Obviously this is the first method, and if you want to see how to actually use the second method, definitely give this video a thumbs up, because that is going to be used for more larger numbers like 525, or I don't know, like much larger numbers that you won't be able to use lists for, or else it's going to take forever. So if you guys do want to see the second method, definitely give this video a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more content, and also make sure to stay tuned, because I'm going to be making more science and maths lessons. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys very soon in my next video in the school station. Bye guys!